Have you ever been completely sure about something that happened only to find out later it didn't? Maybe you vividly remember a family trip to the beach, the sound of the waves, and the smell of salty air, only to have your parents say that never happened. How can your brain create such vivid details of something that isn't real? Believe it or not, this isn't a glitch in your brain. It is something scientists call false memories. And today, we're diving into the fascinating ways your brain creates events that never actually happened. Our memories are the foundation of who we are. They connect us to the past, help us understand the present, and guide us into the future. But what if I told you those memories aren't as reliable as you think? What if your brain, the same organ that shapes your identity, has the power to fabricate events out of thin air? To understand false memories, you first need to understand how memory works. Contrary to popular belief, your brain doesn't record events like a video camera. Instead, it's more like a storyteller or a librarian. When you experience something, your brain breaks it into fragments, sounds, sights, smells, and feelings, and stores them separately. When you try to remember something, your brain pieces those fragments back together. But sometimes it mixes up the details or fills in the gaps with things that didn't happen. This is where false memories come in. They are not lies. They are genuine recollections that feel completely real, even though they never happened. One of the most famous experiments on false memories was conducted by psychologist Elizabeth Loftus in 1995. In her study, participants were told a story about how, as children, they got lost in a shopping mall and were later rescued by a kind stranger. Even though this event never actually happened, many participants began to recall it in vivid detail. They described the mall, the stranger, and even specific emotions like fear or relief. Their brains had created a completely believable memory out of nothing. This experiment revealed something incredible. Our memories aren't set in stone. They are flexible, malleable, and incredibly vulnerable to outside influences. Your brain's ability to reconstruct memories is powerful, but it is also prone to errors, which is how false memories are born. One of the biggest causes of false memories is something called the misinformation effect. This happens when someone introduces misleading details about an event, and your brain incorporates those details into your memory. For example, if someone asks, "Did you see the red car speeding away?" you might start believing there was a red car, even if it didn't exist. Over time, your brain adopts the suggestion as part of the actual memory, and it feels completely real. Another way false memories form is through something called imagination inflation. Have you ever imagined a scenario so vividly, like winning a competition or having an unusual experience, that it starts to feel real? When you picture an event repeatedly, your brain can confuse the imagined details with real ones. Over time, the line between reality and imagination begins to blur, and that imagined event starts to feel like a true memory. You might be wondering, if false memories are fake, why do they feel so real? The answer lies in how your brain processes emotions. Whether a memory is real or false, it activates the same areas of your brain, like the amygdala, which processes emotions. This is why a false memory can trigger the same emotions, nostalgia, fear, or embarrassment, as a real one. To your brain, they are practically indistinguishable. False memories don't just affect individuals. They can impact entire groups. This is known as the Mandela effect. For example, many people are convinced the Monopoly man wears a monocle, but guess what? It doesn't. False memories can also have serious consequences, especially in eyewitness testimonies. Studies show that the way witnesses are questioned can influence their memories. For example, if a lawyer asks, "Did you see the defendant holding a knife?" the witness might later recall seeing a knife, even if there wasn't one. But false memories aren't always harmful. Sometimes they can actually help us. Your brain's ability to reshape memories allows you to soften painful experiences, making them easier to process and move forward from. Think of your memory as a story that is constantly being edited. Every time you recall an event, your brain tweaks the details, fills in gaps, and adjusts the narrative. This process creates a coherent story about your life, but it also makes your memories vulnerable to errors and imagination. In a way, this imperfection is what makes us human. Our memories are more like works of art than perfect records of the past. They are shaped not only by what actually happened, but also by how we feel, what we imagine, and what others tell us. That said, it is important to recognize when false memories can cause harm. In legal or medical situations, relying on inaccurate memories can lead to serious mistakes. These moments remind us of the importance of questioning our recollections and seeking evidence to support them. On the flip side, false memories can sometimes boost our confidence. Misremembering a moment of success can give you the motivation to aim higher, even if the details aren't entirely true. False memories show us how the brain constantly blends reality and imagination. They are not just errors, they are a reflection of how creative and adaptive our minds really are. So the next time you question whether something really happened, don't panic. Instead, marvel at the incredible process that makes us who we are. False memories remind us that our brains are storytellers, and that is what makes them so extraordinary. Subscribe to our channel for more such videos.